your DD214. It's the absolute holy grail of your military service. Seriously, it's the master key that unlocks the healthcare, education, and recognition you literally bled to earn. But what happens if that master key is defective? A single keystroke error from a rushed clerk can instantly freeze a VA home loan or completely block a federal job. The stakes of having a flawed military record are incredibly high. So today, in this explainer, we're going to look at exactly how to fix it.
It sounds completely crazy, right? A simple administrative typo costing you everything. But on this specific document, a typo isn't just a typo. A single incorrect date or a missing code could literally mean a denied VA home loan, blocked GI Bill education benefits, or even a lost civilian job opportunity. If you've ever looked at your paperwork and felt like your military record just doesn't reflect your actual service, well, you are definitely not alone. And the best part? It's entirely fixable.
Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the crucial DD214 document itself. Then, we'll cover common errors and their real-world impacts. After that, we'll walk through the step-by-step correction process, review some real-world case studies, and discuss when to seek professional legal help, before finishing up with a quick recap and legal disclaimer.
Section 1. The crucial DD24 document, the foundation of your benefits. Let's get right into why this piece of paper matters so much. To understand how to fix the record, we first have to understand why the military, the government, and the private sector view this single document as the definitive, unquestionable proof of your history. Look at the sheer volume of critical data packed into this one place. We're talking about your exact dates of active duty, your rank, your MOS, every single medal you earned, and those highly sensitive separation codes. Now, a quick pro tip here. Always ensure you're looking at your Member 4 copy. That's the long-form, undeleted version. It contains the crucial character of service and separation codes that lenders, civilian employers, and the VA absolutely require. As the quote goes, the DD214 is more than just a certificate of service. It includes specific data points that provide important context regarding your military career. It's the ultimate context. Without a 100% accurate DD214, trying to prove your service history or secure your VA benefits turns into a frustratingly slow, uphill battle against federal bureaucracy. Your word simply isn't enough. The paper has to perfectly match your story. All right, moving on to Section 2, Common Errors and Impacts, the cost of inaction. Let's introduce the villains of our story here. Bureaucratic errors. These have the power to completely derail your transition back to civilian life. You know, mistakes on discharge paperwork are far more common than most veterans realize. Think about it. They usually happen in the absolute rush of out processing. A clerk hits the wrong key, and suddenly you're walking out with a misspelled name, a wrong social security number, missing campaign medals, or even worse, an unjust characterization of discharge. It's so easy to overlook a tiny typo on your way out the door, but those errors silently embed themselves into your official, permanent file. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how administrative typos translate directly into massive real-world roadblocks. Let's say you have a missing campaign medal. That might mean the VA denies your claim for a service-connected illness simply because they don't see proof you were in a specific combat zone. Or take a wrong separation code, something you might not even know how to read. That tiny, seemingly random code could flag you in a background check and instantly block you from federal employment. It's a huge deal. Which brings us to Section 3, Step-by-Step Correction Process, your map and weapons. Time to get to work. It's time to equip you with the exact blueprint and administrative weapons you need to fix your records. Let's demystify the military alphabet soup here. The exact form you use depends entirely on what you're fixing and how long it's been since you served. For minor clerical fixes, like a typo or missing a word that's already clearly documented in your file, you go the administrative route to ultimately get a DD Form 215 patch. Now, if you're seeking a discharge upgrade and you left the service less than 15 years ago, you're going to file a DD Form 293 with the Discharge Review Board. But for major errors, or if you've been out longer than 15 years, you'll need to submit a DD Form 149 to your branch's Board for Correction of Military Records, commonly known as the BCMR. So here is your authoritative 4-step blueprint. Step 1, pinpoint the specific error on your document. Step 2, and honestly, this is the most critical, gather overwhelming supporting evidence. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Step 3, complete the correct form. And when you do this, take the time to write a clear, factual justification letter explaining exactly what happened and why the current record is unjust. Finally, Step 4, submit your meticulously organized packet to the proper board or record center. Let's double-click on Step 2. The crucial point you have to remember is this. The board will absolutely not just take your word for it. Overwhelming documentary evidence is mandatory. You have to literally prove the error exists. We're talking about digging up original military orders, pulling your service medical records from the National Archives, finding official award citations, and even gathering sworn, notarized statements from witnesses or former commanders. Simply put, your application is only as strong as the evidence backing it up. And keep in mind, you also have to play against the clock. The statute of limitations really matters here. For a discharge review board, or DRB, you have a strict 15-year deadline from the date of your discharge to file your claim. But for the BCMR, the rule is technically 3 years from when you discovered the error. However, and this is a massive however, the BCMR has broad authority to waive that 3-year deadline in the interest of justice. And you know what? They frequently do exactly that if your case has clear, undeniable merit.
All right, Section 4, Real-World Case Studies, Battles 1. Let's look at some actual success stories.
We've talked a lot about theory and forms, but let's look at real examples to prove this bureaucratic black box can actually be beaten. This is a truly fascinating look behind the curtain. What we have is an actual record of proceedings from the Army Board for Correction of Military Records. At the end of their review process, real, live board members sit down, review your packet, and cast a vote. They have the actual power to officially grant full relief, grant partial relief, or deny the application. It makes this whole hidden process super tangible. These are the real people voting on the exact evidence you provide. And sometimes, the system is forced to course correct on a massive scale. Take the Johnson Air Force settlement, for example. This was a federal class action lawsuit that actually forced the Air Force to automatically reconsider discharge upgrade applications for veterans whose service characterizations were impacted by PTSD, traumatic brain injury, or military sexual trauma. It is absolute, undeniable proof that systemic injustices do get overturned when proper medical evidence and legal pressure are applied. Now, what exactly happens when you win your case? Well, if a correction is approved, you generally don't get a brand new, freshly printed DD214. Instead, the military issues you a DD Form 215. Think of this as an official amendment slip, basically a patch that permanently alters your official record. You have to staple this right to your original DD214 because the two documents must be presented together from then on out to prove the correction. Moving to Section 5, Seeking Professional Legal Help, Finding Your Allies. Taking on the Department of Defense is no small task. It's a beast. And sometimes you really need to bring in your own reinforcements to navigate this complex legal landscape. While you technically can submit these forms on your own, hiring an expert offers some pretty massive advantages. We're talking about specialized military attorneys or working with veteran service organizations like the VFW or the American Legion. These folks have a deep, deep understanding of complex military law, and they know exactly what the boards are looking for. They organize your evidence perfectly, they draft persuasive legal statements, and they handle all the heavy lifting. This dramatically enhances your chances of actually winning. Let's compare the two routes, because the contrast is stark. Going solo often means drowning in a sea of overwhelming paperwork. You run the risk of a harsh denial over a missed nuance or a technicality, all while dealing with massive emotional stress. Getting professional help completely shifts that dynamic. It brings strategic advocacy and perfectly compiled evidence to your corner, basically turning a confusing administrative nightmare into a highly structured, winning legal argument. And finally, Section 6, Recap and Legal Disclaimer. Let's wrap this up. Let's distill everything we've talked about today into some rapid-fire actionable insights. First, a pristine DD214 is an absolute requirement for accessing your lifelong benefits. No exceptions. Second, you have to act quickly to beat those statutory deadlines. Third, do not just make verbal claims. You must gather overwhelming documentary evidence to back up your story. Fourth, triple check that you are submitting the correct form for your specific situation, whether that's the DD149, the 293, or the 215. And finally, never hesitate to seek professional legal counsel to help fight your battle. Now, before we go, a quick but very important note. This explainer provides guidance based on available knowledge. It is not exhaustive and does not constitute legal advice. You should always consult with applicable authorities or professional legal advisors for personalized advice tailored to your specific situation, simply because military rules and procedures can, and definitely do, change over time. We want to leave you with this final thought. Your military service is your legacy. It represents your sacrifice, your hard work, and your immense dedication. So, does your official record tell the true story of what you actually earned? If it doesn't, you now have the tools, the knowledge, and the exact roadmap to step up and correct the record. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today, and get out there and take action to protect your legacy.